Guys, today we've got Jordan Brand's release calendar looking very suspicious. Sneaker resellers are just bleeding money at this point. And who in the hell approved these? Welcome to Sneaky Sundays. Let me hear it down in the comments. How is your week been, guys? Nothing too crazy actually dropped. We had the Jordan 3 Cement Grays. Let me know if you went for those. Supreme and Nike teamed up to drop their Air Force 1 Mids. Let me know who really needed a pair of these things. OVHO decided to jump in on the trend and cook up some Timberland. We got the Wheats and of course a triple black pair. Let me know if anybody got these. And finally, of course, we had the Alexis Sablon, Nike SB, and Converse pack. These things dropped on the Nike sneakers app. But let's get into this upcoming stuff, and we're gonna kick this off with a spicy one. The Air Jordan 1 High 85 Chicago is going to be dropping in 2025. So this is a story that was doing its round over the past couple days. Thankfully, it quickly got shut down. So the original leak came from this Instagram page, Eldon Monitors. They've been pretty accurate over the past few different leaks. So I believe this is an edited post. Well, clearly it's an edited post. You can see right over here. The update is that the Air Jordan 1 High 85 OG Chicago will not release in 2025. So obviously, as soon as this leak was made, all of the different sneaker pages started, saying, hey, we're getting Chicago's back in 2025, which just adds to the most insane 2025 calendar we have ever seen. But it got me thinking, like, what is going on with this 2025 calendar? Because we've got so many insane sneakers, which we'll take a look at in a second. But at the same time, we're starting to see a bunch of shoes that were originally leaked getting cancelled. Of course, the Travis Scott's was one that we spoke about last week being cancelled. We got two of those colorways also being, they're not happening anymore. So the Chicago's is a little bit of a weird one. Either way, the update on this, just to make sure, if anybody didn't see all of the revised posts, we're not getting Chicago's next year. It's a different white, black, varsity red colorway, which is expected to release. So it's going to be like the Chicago's, but a bit different. And I don't know whether the whole rest of the story is true. Is it going to be a Jordan 1 High 85? And is it going to retail at $250? Because sneaker prices have been kind of getting out of hand recently. So I thought this was a good time to kind of go over the 2025 lineup so far, because it is mind-blowing and it really gets me thinking, like, is this actually going to happen, or are we going to get more of these cancellations? The Air Jordan 1 85 Bread colorway is going to be dropping on Valentine's Day next year. Now, this is another one that is going to retail for $250, so it kind of makes sense if they were going to do a Chicago one, it would fall in line with that. Another February Jordan 1 release, we're getting the Union Air Jordan 1 High OG SP. Now, this could look like this and break everyone's mind, or it could look significantly different and it kind of go over like the last Union Jordan 1 collab. Another 85, this time it's the Reverse Shadow. This is a Summer 25 release. We're getting the UNC Reimagined, and these are supposed to be like a huge big deal and kind of follow along the same storytelling as the Lost and Founds, which I think is going to be really cool. That's another Summer 2025 must cop for me personally. Patent Pandas, don't know if anybody's that excited about those. Couple more, GR colorways of the Jordan 1, nothing too crazy. But then we get to the Jordan 1 lows, and obviously we're getting a freaking Travis Scott Fragment dropping fall 2025, which is insane. I don't know about this one. This is one that definitely gets me a little bit suspicious after all of the Travis Scott cancellations. The Travis Scott Jordan 1 Low Pale Vanilla, also another 2025 release. Rookie of the Year Air Jordan 1 Low Royal 85 Air Jordan 1 Low, that's a February drop. Air Jordan 1 Low Phantom, that's April 26th for those. And then these things look absolutely wild. I do believe this is a mock-up, but the Air Jordan 1 Low Year of the Snake, those look really dope. If they come out like that, I'm definitely looking to grab a pair. Wash Teal Jordan 1 Low, the Swarovski Crystal. These ones are going to cost $1,000, so I don't think the market is going to be that wide, and they're probably going to be pretty limited. We're getting the Obsidian Jordan 1 Low. That one I think is also going to be pretty popular, maybe fall in the same line as like the Mocha Jordan 1 Low that we just got. May 31st for the Rust Pink Jordan 1 Low, nothing too crazy. Another big one, the Black Cat 3s are going to be dropping right at the beginning of the year, January 2025. Some more GR colorways. This one is also very interesting, the Rare Air pair of the Jordan 3, that's a summer release. That's going to be in combination with a pair of Jordan 4s, which I think they're doing some interesting stuff. Like these 3s have like the flipped Nike Air branding on the back. Some more GR colorways of the Jordan 3s, some more GR colorways, except this one, the diffuse blue, that's SP, so special project, as well as this one, the Sport Royal Challenge. So that means typically with these leaks, that probably means that there's going to be a collaborator involved. Maybe it's a MoMa. I heard that they might be working on another pair in 2025, but could be something else. We'll have to wait and see. And then we get into the Air Jordan 4s, which this is even crazier. So white cements are coming back, just like OG specs, white cements. And of course, the undefeated Jordan 4, apparently these have a decent amount of stock as well, like 100k pairs, but again, take that with a grain of salt. June 28th for those. Of course, we're getting plenty more freaking Nike SB Jordan 4s. That one is kind of like one that we could all see coming. I mean, the popularity of the pine greens was through the roof. Nike has seen a great opportunity, so they're going to be pumping out 2 more colorways, University Red or Varsity Red, and then White Navy. February for the red pair, March the 1st for the navy pair. Another Nigel Sylvester collab, this time on like a regular pair of Jordan 4s. This is the Firewood Orange colorway. And then just like the 3s, we're getting the Rare Air Jordan 4, which again, I think there's some special details in there. That's right at the beginning of the year as well. Cave Stone Jordan 4, this is a nice colorway of the GR if it does come out like this, but I suspect it'll be a little bit different. Some more GR colorways. Oh yeah, and then we're getting Black Cat 4s in 2025. That's just insane. The Air Jordan 4 Net, look at this mock-up, and then I'll show you what they actually look like in a second. Some more GR colorways. This one's not bad. The Air Jordan 4 Tex or Worn Blue. This one kind of follows the same line as like the canvas pairs, just this one is like a light blue camo. Another Net Jordan 4. Just be ready for when we talk about these things because they're pretty bonkers. The OG Grape Jordan 5s are returning April 2025. We're getting another Ama Manure collaboration on a pair of 5. The Burgundy Crush colorway. Air Jordan 5 Black Metallics. This is a massive one, which we actually just got some first looks of. We'll speak about that in a second. Some more GR colorways of the Jordan 5. Like this freaking gold pair. What is going on here? Luminous green. Year of the Snake. That might be an interesting one, to be fair. If they do some interesting materials with that, I might, you know, have a little peek at these ones. Jordan 6 Fire Reds. Aqua 8. Another pair of 8s. The Bugs Bunny pair. Cool Gray 9s. Steel Gray 10s. We're getting the Shadow 10s back. And then the Air Jordan 11 Low Bread is going to be dropping June 2025. Jordan 11 Year of the Snake. That looks pretty nice if they do come out like that. Igloo Jordan 11. The big holiday Jordan 11 release is going to be black and gray. That looks pretty cool. Taxi 12s. Flu Game 12s dropping 2025. Oh my lord. French Blue 12s. Air Jordan 12 Mellow April 5th. Air Jordan 13 Bright Cactus. Jordan 13 Low Dongdan. The Ferrari 14s and the Oxidized Green 14s. Oh wait, that's actually a golf pair, the Oxidized Greens. But yeah, that's just a brief overview. Just basically take the point. It is going to be freaking epic if this all pans out. But again, I'm just saying it's looking a little bit suspicious right now because we're getting multiple leaks and rumors and then cancellations. So we're gonna have to wait and see. Some of them we have got like actual images of the shoe, and that way we could be like, okay, cool, those are confirmed. But I will say, you know, just, you know, stay up with the leaks. I'll tell you if anything else gets canceled. Now, let me show you these black metallic 5s because we just got our first looks of these things and they're looking pretty good. Along with the leaks and rumors, we knew that we were going to get a lot of reflective detailing. We knew that we were going to get the white laces on here as well. So this is the first image, just, you know, relatively simple, a little bit blurry. You can see you've got the little, you know, hang tag over here. It's clear, but that is like the best shot we've got. These are the mock-up. And then we also got an in-hand video, which showcases these things a lot better. Keep in mind, these are going to be dropping February 2025. Reimagined pair. And I've got to say, I'm liking them. These things look clean. I'm definitely going to be going for them. I'm sure a lot of other people are as well. The Nike Air branding on the back is just lighting up. So is the tongue and all of the piping around the shoe. These are clean. I'm excited for them. Let me know what you think of these down in the comment section, but let's keep it moving. Now, I know that we were just talking about Jordan Brand 2025 releases, but you know that Nike is cooking up some heat as well. First one is pretty interesting. So Nike SB, they're not just doing their Jordan Brand crossovers, but they're also going to be doing an Air Max crossover for, I believe, the first time. Not entirely sure, but this is the Nike SB Air Max 95, which is going to be dropping next year. And we don't have an actual image of these things, just a speculative mock-up. So these could change quite a bit to make them more appropriate for skating, which I think they would have to. I mean, these don't look like the best skate shoes, but you can let me know down in the comment section if you've ever skated in a pair of 95s. Either way, just know that it's going to have some sort of color scheme that looks like this. They're going to retail at $175, but let's keep it moving to another 2025 release, which we got a little update on. The Nike Kobe 6 Sale, which is going to be dropping. So I believe this is a speculative mock-up, but here's the big change, which we didn't know. Take a look at this. They've swapped out the upper texture for these star patterns. So instead of like the regular, I don't know, kind of like snake skin reptile looking upper that a Kobe normally has, they're going for stars, which makes it a significant difference. Now, this photo makes these things look very, very just kind of gray, maybe even a little bit of like a weird reddish tint. But I would assume because they're being called Sale, they're going to look a lot more like this in color. Nevertheless, again, they're dropping 2025. They're going to retail for $190. Let me know what you think about this slight little change. All right, let's talk about these sneaker resellers for a minute because it's getting pretty crazy. So take a look at this post. We got what I kind of assumed would happen with these freaking white thunders. There's been a huge amount of sales that have taken place on resale platforms like StockX. For example, this little screenshot over here shows that 8,324 pairs have been sold through the platform just over the past 3 days. So a huge sale volume. However, all of these people that are selling are making zero in profit. So the average sale price on StockX is $265, and after fees, you would net about $230, which, keep in mind, the original cost of these things retail at $225 plus taxes. They ended off saying reselling platforms made hundreds of thousands of dollars while resellers made zero. Now, this is not the first time that we've seen this, and it really gets me thinking, like, we have now entered a very, very weird stage in the sneaker reselling sphere. You know, before, when like a ton of sneakers were reselling, a lot of these people could pick up a pair of these for retail. You know, they maybe wouldn't make a huge amount, but they would make, you know, $30, $40, $50 per pair. And if they had a bunch, they'd be making a lot of money. But now, when a lot of these sneakers typically go for a roundabout retail price on these reselling platforms, it really makes me think, like, what is going on with all of these StockX sales, and how are sneaker resellers still a thing? I wonder if there's something to do with like retailers shifting pairs and maybe finding a small margin with some of these platforms. But this is really, really strange, and I don't actually know what's going on here. Here's a pretty interesting article that I found talking about sneaker resellers. They basically did like a little bit of an interview with one of these sneaker resellers, and this sneaker reseller speaks about, you know, how like starting out in 2020 as a sneaker reseller, you could make a ton of money and selling shoes, you know, for like upwards of $1,000. That doesn't exist in 2024. You don't get $1,000 sneakers very often, if ever, this year. I don't know if any of the sneakers have, you know, even Travis Scott's are going for like half the price of what they would have done a couple years ago. There's a clear market saturation and a deliberate overproduction for some limited edition models. They say that Adidas and Nike have been eager to capitalize on the resale boom that's happened over the past few years, and so they've significantly ramped up production of certain models that maybe would have resold a while ago. They're super hyped, but now are just hitting for under retail or retail. Collaborations were once a highly anticipated kind of, you know, big deal, and now they're just kind of routine. Nike has ramped up their security to fight bots. And then, of course, the economy, a huge conversation. Consumers are naturally prioritizing essential spending over, you know, luxury items like sneakers. That's really interesting because you can clearly see, like, even some of the older pairs, if you take a look at like StockX and stuff like that, some of the older pairs like Travis Scott's or Jordan 1 Mochas, or some of these shoes that were reselling for a ton of money, even though there hasn't been any restocks or anything like that, they have been coming down in price significantly. They also touch on the fact of fakes getting really, really good now, so that's also playing into like the oversaturation effect. They kind of end this off saying that there's a firm conviction, however, that companies like Nike or Adidas have no serious intention of destroying the second-hand reseller market, and that is definitely something to consider. Like, the resale market has been so kind of, I guess, like a marketing thing for Nike and Adidas. It's made a lot of people have this artificial hype towards their products, and you kind of have to assume that, yes, they want to make their own money, but there is this hype factor that, you know, Nike and Adidas probably kind of like. So it's going to be very interesting going into 2025, knowing that there's all these insane sneaker releases, but I wonder if Jordan Brand and Nike decide to really scale back the production and make a lot of these shoes very, very limited. Only time will tell, but we'll have to wait and see. Let me know your thoughts on this down in the comment section. All right, we got a couple quick little updates for September sneaker releases. The first one is the Air Jordan 1 High Midnight Navy. These things have loaded up to the Nike Sneakers app. They're going to be dropping on the 14th of September. Good thing to kind of keep in mind is that I believe these things are already selling on different resale platforms for under retail. So maybe look at that before you go and spend full retail price at Nike. It's a very clean pair, but it's just something to keep in mind that I feel like they are just, yeah, if you can get them for a steal, definitely hold your horses on that. Have a little bit of patience. The Air Jordan 5 El Grito is looking pretty clean, and they're going to be dropping on September the 12th. We've got some actual images of these things, or the official images. We haven't had that many 5s drop this year, so if anybody's, you know, hankering for a new pair, this could be one to consider. Crocs is going to be creating a horror pack of their classic Crocs. So we've got Freddy Krueger, Jason Voorhees, and Pennywise. This is the Freddy Krueger ones. Not my favorite, just like the color scheme, I don't know, like, yeah, it's kind of cool, but the color scheme just doesn't really do it for me. And then we're getting this one over here, which is Jason Voorhees. A little bit of a better color scheme, you know, I like what's going on here. Finally, probably my favorite, because this is the Pennywise one. You get a freaking little floating balloon as a gibbet, which is literally so cool. Yeah, this is probably my favorite color scheme, like the red and the white. It's fun. You've got the little freaking clown nose thing on the back, which is funny as well. All 3 pairs of these are going to be dropping September the 13th for $75 a pop. Let me know what you think about these down in the comments. Don't forget about the freaking Bad Bunny Adidas Gazelle. Very easy one to forget because they've been leaked and rumored for such a long time. Dates have swapped around, but yeah, this black and white colorway is going to be dropping September the 21st. Another one that's probably going to happen in September, this is the Supreme Nike Clogposit collaboration, and you know what, these have gotten a lot of hate online, but I think this is probably the best way to do a Clogposit. Like, throw some crazy graphics on there, make them look absolutely insane, and I kind of feel like it's a fun pair of shoes. So we got 3 different colorways. We got this one, which is, you know, like the majority of it is like yellow and blue. It looks like some kind of like, I don't know, like a NASCAR type shoe. You've also got the green, red, and black colorway, not bad. And then this just triple black colorway, which, yeah, it's not bad, but it's nothing too crazy. Like, this is just, yeah, a little bit more lazy than the other one. We don't have a firm release date for any of these, but I should expect that they will drop this September. Stone Island and New Balance are coming back for another round of collaborating. They've got a 991 V2 pack dropping this holiday season. This is our first looks at one of the colorways. I don't think we have the rest of the pack. Fairly simple, just classic, what you would expect with a New Balance Stone Island collab. Of course, you got the Stone Island patch. They look solid quality, but we don't have any firm release dates or the rest of the pack, so I'll give you guys an update when the rest of that comes through. Oof, we got our on-foot looks of one of the most controversial shoes dropping this year. I don't know if I'd call them go that far, but it's the Air Jordan 1 High OG Black Toe Reimagined. And of course, the reimagining mainly is happening around that the little Wings logo branding. We've swapped it out for the Air Jordan just text. I think it's a pretty cool little update, but some people absolutely hate it. This is what they look like on foot with that lace swap. I'm not a big fan. The freaking red laces just looks like it's a little bit of a different color to the red that's on the outside. They've done that before, and I'm just, yeah, nah. Either way, let me know what you think of these down in the comment section. Can I get a final verdict? Are you going to be grabbing these, or do you just absolutely hate that change? Whatever your opinion is, they're going to be dropping on October the 18th. Of course, you can't forget about one of the coolest pairs of 4s that's going to be dropping this year, the Air Jordan 4 Fear colorway. These are dropping November the 9th, and these are the actual images of the shoes. We've already got them. They're looking clean. They're looking true to the OG. This is one that I think a lot of people are highly anticipating. They look good, man. A solid pair for the fall time. Let me know what you think about these. Let's keep it moving. All right, you know, I got to do it to you. Remember the Jordan 4 net that we were talking about at the beginning of the video? Well, welcome to hell. This is the Air Jordan 4 net. Yeah, so why does this look like a keychain or something you would find at like one of the worst fake market stalls that in like some random country? A lot of the other mock-ups that we've seen made these things look a little bit more toned down. The netting was just kind of going to be, you know, lightly placed on the upper. But this looks like a rigid net of plastic that extends up on the shoe and make these things look completely different. Like, how the hell does your laces even attach here? It's like, what is going on? Now, granted, maybe these images are not showing these things off in the greatest of lights, but still, these things look crazy. Have they run out of ideas, or are they just throwing stuff at the wall to see what sticks? It's gotta be one of the most bizarre pairs of Jordan 4s I've seen in a very, very long time. It's strange. Either way, I'll probably check them out because I gotta see what the hell these things are all about. They're gonna be dropping December the 2nd for a retail price of $210. So they'll shave off a little bit of that retail price for you to, deal with the plastic. Right, we just got our first looks at the upcoming Stash Nike Air Force 1, and it's a little bit different to what I guess people were expecting. So this is them over here, and as this article states, they have significant changes. So it's mainly in the material department, like the colorway remains, relatively similar or the same. A couple different updates, like the tongue tag is a little bit different, which I think is actually pretty cool. But the main big difference is this material acting as like the base of this shoe. It looks very, very similar to the Tom Sachs GPS sneaker over here on the toe box. So I imagine it's some kind of like tactile nylon type material. You can see a little close-up shot over here, which just, it makes them a little bit interesting. I don't know if people are going to be really pissed off that they've kind of changed things, if they wanted just a one-to-one, but it could improve the sneaker. I mean, this is a drop that happened like back in sometime in the 2000s. So yeah, either way, these are going to be dropping this holiday season or towards the end of the year. We're not entirely sure of an exact release date. Nike just announced their brand new partnership with MoMa, and they're going to be doing some exclusive product launches, some of which have already dropped, specifically a bunch of socks. This is kind of like the first, I guess they dropped these with the announcement. These are all available on the MoMa design store. I'm not entirely sure how limited they are, or if you even want to be paying 20 bucks for a pair of, well, it's over 20 bucks because that's 20 pounds. So if you don't know who or what MoMa is, it's an art institution that has kind of worked with Nike in the past. Of course, some of the biggest things was the fact that Virgil Abloh kind of collaborated or launched both his black and silver Air Force Ones there. They worked together a lot, and then I think more recently the Nina Chanel Abney Jordan 3 had an initial raffle there or something to do with it. It could be interesting and we could see a bunch of products, but as of right now, all we have is some socks and an announcement. Couple Jordan 1 updates specifically for this year. This right here is our first looks at the Air Jordan 1 Low Howard University PE, which I assume is getting a general public release, but you can actually see what they look like and not just all of the renders, which actually look significantly different. So they keep it pretty simple, just red at the back with the navy around the toe box, mini Nike swoosh I do really like, and then it looks like sail leather and sail midsole. This is literally the only shot that we have. They're going to retail for $140 and drop October the 12th. We just got a release update for the Travis Scott Air Jordan 1 Low Velvet Brown, December the 21st, right before Christmas, for $150. I think this is probably one of the more, lesser exciting Jordan 1s from Travis Scott. I think the ones that are going to take the cake are the ones that are dropping this month, the medium olive. A lot of people want those things, and me too. It's a clean colorway. Nevertheless, let me know what you think about these. Now, this one I feel like is going to be a little bit of a sleeper pair that not too many people are talking about, but the Air Jordan 1 Low Game Royal, looking very, very clean. This is a November 30th release. We got some solid images of these things. It's nice. I'm probably going to be going for these. A nice little, sail or white lace swap on these could make them a very clean pair. That wraps it up for this week's Sneaky Sundays. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and join me on Wednesday for our midweek re-up. There's a pretty dope video if you want to check that one out, and I'll catch you guys in the week.